That's it, guys. That is N.I.B. That's the alternative version, taken from Black Sabbath's debut album, Black Sabbath. Man, how many times have I said that? For some of you watching, I hope you enjoy the videos I'm posting. Summertime, fall's coming. It was Friday the 13th the other day. Inspired me to do this project. I got a little bit of time in my hands, so and some money, so I decided to, celebrate the debut album, N.I.B. alternative version. I don't know what the difference is between that version and the original studio version. I don't know, maybe more reverb or something, or less reverb. I'm not sure. I added some different fills on purpose just to try to make it sound a little more interesting or different. There's the paperwork from Trident Studios during the sessions. I'm going to try to make this video a little bit shorter. In the beginning of the video, during the bass solo, basically, I showed the guitar tablature book by Hal Leonard of the whole album. Again, using the Sabre Cadabra Tony Iommi signature Black Sabbath pedal, based off of the early Sabbath sound from about 68 to 1975. Mapledurham 15th century Watermill house in Oxfordshire, outside of London, where the famous photo was taken. N.I.B. A lot of people thought it stood for Nativity in Black, but it just stands for N.I.B. because it was about, well, not the song, but the title was about Bill Ward's beard looking like a pen, because it was pointy, like a tip of a pen, because they were stoned when they wrote the song, and they wanted to call the song Stone, or like, what are we going to call it? We can't call it that. So they called it N.I.B. And then the 3 dots were added after, and people abbreviated the song, but it wasn't supposed to be abbreviated. As Regent Sound Studios in London, 1970, during the second album sessions for their album Paranoid. There's another picture. Tony Iommi playing his Gibson Les Paul Custom SG. With the 3 pickups and the sideways vibrato. There are some footage and some pictures out there of him playing that SG. We'll talk about that when we start doing the Paranoid album. There's Ozzy at behind the piano. At Regent Sound Studios. There's the cassette version, released by Warner Brothers. We're going to keep this one kind of short, this video. This is the vinyl edition, CD version. And as you can see, they have Wasp, Behind the Wall of Sleep, basically, and N.I.B. They have the dots here, which is funny. They have it all titled as one medley for song number 3. And the early Sabbath albums, again, I talked about this before, Debut, Paranoid, Master of Reality, and Volume 4, their titles of their songs were extended, so it made it look like there were more songs on the album than there actually were. Like the bass guitar solo is supposed to be, the name of that short solo score is called Basically, and then going into N.I.B. And then Wasp, which we talked about in another video. Wasp is the beginning riff, which starts out on that B major chord and has that B minor pentatonic blues lick or riff, and then Behind the Wall of Sleep is the part where it goes into A, when the vocals come in, and then it has the riff over it. Same thing with A Bit of Finger, Sleeping Village, and Morning. They have the acoustic part as A Bit of Finger, and then after the acoustic part, the first electric part that comes in, that's supposed to be Sleeping Village, and then Warning is like the guitar solo. But basically it's just but it's just really just one long Black Sabbath medley. And in this, no inverted cross, just black. The original vinyl, you would open up and it would be an inverted cross. People are setting churches on fire, and which is horrible. There's Black Sabbath 1976 compilation album, We Sold Our Souls for Rock and Roll. That's pretty cool, that version of N.I.B on that particular one, because on this one, because they feature the ending drum riff coming out of Behind the Wall Sleep, which is like the best drum riff ever. Boom. And then going into the bass guitar solo. This is Black Sabbath Greatest Hits, 1970, 1978, the Ozzy years. N.I.B. also featured on there. They put the dots after every one. Weird. And then my favoriteest Black Sabbath compilation album ever, because this is where I heard the whole thing, is this. Released in 2000, The Best of Black Sabbath. Double CD album. I think they had this on vinyl too. They really picked the best Black Sabbath songs, in my opinion, on this one. This was a phenomenal Black Sabbath album. Really cool. There's Geezer. Show my pedal board. Here's my pedal board. Zakk Wylde signature Crybaby. Catalan Bread Sabracadabra. The volume knob, if you notice, says volume 4. Don't know if you could say it. Volume 4 was the name of their 4th album. And my Electro Harmonix Oceans 11 on the plate setting. Roland Microcube amp. Classic stack setting. A little bit of reverb on the amp as well. Also, I got off topic in my last video. I forgot to finish this. I'll squeeze this in real quick. The Sabracadabra pedal. They reissued that pedal. I think that pedal came out about 6 years ago, and they reissued the pedal like 5 months ago. And they got the pedal. They made new ones, same exact pedal. Everything's the same. All the mods, everything. But the artwork on it, they changed. They had a limited edition, really spooky, witchcrafty looking woman on the cover with some crazy hair and a giant skull, and the colors on the pedal, the artwork was unbelievable, and the colors about the picture on the Sabracadabra limited edition one. Mine is not the limited edition one. Mine's just the original reissue. But on the limited edition one, they picked the colors that they did because the colors with the crazy witch woman and the skull in the back was supposed to replicate the same colors as the Sabbath Bloody Sabbath Sabbath Bloody Sabbath album, which I thought was kind of cool. And the knobs on the pedal are clear because when they recorded Sabbath Bloody Sabbath and started writing the album, they recorded it. I don't know if they recorded the whole album or if they just rehearsed it or just wrote songs there. I think they did record there, but they recorded parts of the album, or if the whole album, at a ancient medieval castle called Clearwell Castle, which is in Gloucestershire, London, or England. It's in England. I believe. England or Scotland. I think it's in England. And that's the reason why they had the clear knobs on that particular version. Because the clear knobs are supposed to... they picked the clear knobs because it was recorded at... Black Sabbath was recorded at Clearwell Castle, which is a famous private estate castle. It's like a mansion. It literally is a castle. And like Black Sabbath, when they were writing the album Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, not to get off topic, but when they wrote Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, they experienced some paranormal stuff, supposedly, and supposedly it is haunted. It's just so Black Sabbathy, man. It's just so weird. Their music's so weird, the stories you read, and then the drugs and the alcohol and all that stuff. I mean, they were really like cursed. It's weird, man. It's strange. Even the first time I heard Black Sabbath, I remember like listened to it like on a cloudy day, like not in the way where, oh, it's cloudy, I'm gonna play Black Sabbath and listen to it, but times where like I remember hearing it. It was the very faint memories that I had were like cloudy summer thunderstorm days, and it was just a coincidence, you know. And even in one of my Black Sabbath videos, I think it's one of the studio outtake versions I did on the drums, when I started recording, it was pouring rain here, and it was lightning out, and at one point the lights flickered. Just a coincidence, but like it's just so weird that that would happen when I'm playing Black Sabbath. It's the whole vibe is in this room right now. It's just great. It's weird, but it can get in your head. But so anyway, so that's the Sabbath Cadaver limited edition one. Check it out. Colors were based off of the Sabbath Bloody Sabbath album. Again, Clearwell Castle. A lot of bands recorded there. Deep Purple, White Snake, Bad Company. I think Led Zeppelin played there. Black Sabbath. Maybe like Iron Maiden or some other bands played there back in the day. And I think it's still being used today. And the reason why they use it there is because it's so big and roomy. Bands can play there. They can set up. They have a place to stay. They can all sleep, eat, record all in the same building. It's a weird environment, so it kind of inspires guys like Tony Iommi to come up with these dark riffs because of the atmosphere. And it's a good recording location. Good acoustics because it's so roomy and big, and you probably get natural reverb. Kind of like Headley Grange, where Led Zeppelin recorded Zeppelin 4 and Bad Company recorded there, their debut. And I think their second album... Was their second album recorded Headley Grange? I don't know if that second album was. I definitely know the first one was. But Headley Grange, another spooky place where bands would record. Just because of the sound of the room. Like Led Zeppelin, when the levee breaks, they call that the levee sound. The drums in the beginning, the riff. It's not so much what Bonham played, it was the sound. I mean, that sound with just placement of microphones in that giant room with those high ceilings created that awesome sound. Something so easy to play, but it just sounded so big and monstrous. I mean, that's why bands like Sabbath played at Clearwell Castle. I mean, all that stuff plays a role. Sometimes I even play in different rooms of the house to try to get a different vibe. You get bored in the same room all the time, and it's like you lose your motivation. Anyway, 20 minutes already in this video. Thanks again. N.I.B. By the way, forgot to show the shirt in the last video. Black Sabbath, 1970. Thanks, guys. Rockstars92 out. Thanks.